Okay, hello. Here's another devlog I just wanted to record really quick. So today I've been working on I've been working through this thing, serverless-stack, and making. So yeah, so this is basically it teaches how to make a web app, and the app that it makes is a note-taking app, which what does this guide cover? Maybe there we go. Yeah, it just makes a note-taking app. And how it does that is it uses a bunch of AWS stuff, so DynamoDB S3 for attachments, Cognito for users, and then eventually Stripe as well for billing. So it's a bunch of cool stuff that doesn't involve setting up your own server like you would in Express, say, something like that. Creating your own backend that way, but rather it uses AWS Lambda, and you write your functions and throw them up. So today I've worked through. So the reason I do this is because I want to be able to make web apps, and I haven't done that before. I've made mostly a lot of of static stuff, so I think this will be exciting. And I have a project idea in mind, but I'm not sure how much I'll work on it, and I don't really want to get ahead of myself in announcing any, or it's kind of like you want to you want to do it first before you talk about it, right? So I'm still quite far from it actually being a thing, so I won't really I won't say much about it, but I've been learning how to do this, and I think it's just like useful skills to have, right? Getting to know how to make APIs, how to this is like real web development, right? A step beyond what I'm used to doing. So okay, so today I worked through all like the AWS setup stuff. Created the backend API, which was really simple. What's done here, it's just a CRUD API, which is what is it? Create, read, update, delete, something like that. And I have a little bit of experience with MongoDB. I had like looked a little bit into that, and I had like made a demo, a React, or not. I had done a thing with Express before. I didn't understand it too well. Like when I deployed to Heroku, it just didn't work, and I didn't really bother with trying to figure it out. So I can't really. I don't claim to like really have learned that at all. But I had a bit of intuition into how these things work. So this was all familiar. So we set all that up, and that was really simple. And lots of AWS config stuff that I don't really, I don't know, it's a lot. It's just like copy pasting IDs and URLs and such. And then displaying deployed using this thing called serverless. And then eventually what I've been working on is now making the front end in React and hooking it up. And the hooking up part has been really easy, actually. There's been some packages that you can just install, and everything just kind of works. Like it's kind of magical. There's this thing, AWS Amplify, and you literally just where are we? You literally just auth.sign in, and if you sign out, that should be an app. Boop. It's literally just auth.sign out, right? And that just takes care of everything. But what I have been learning is I haven't used React really before, so like just small things like app.js is the container, like this. I kind of have some idea of what routes does now, that you put routes here inside app, and then routes is the actual thing that connects you with the rest of your app, right? You connect it with all these other components, and then just like splitting, like organizing stuff by components and libs and containers and such. I don't know, just knowledge about how to use React, I guess. And I've been using Bootstrap as well, which is something that they use in the tutorial. I've never used before. I usually code everything from hand, and I probably would not have used Bootstrap otherwise. Like there's so many CSS frameworks out there, but I don't know, even if it's just to get a sense of how CSS in React works, right, or using frameworks in React, just good to know, right? So so what I accomplished, actually quite happy with. So it's if you know what this tutorial is, it's not particularly impressive, but I just want to update. It's pretty cool. So so here's the interface. You got this thing, whatever. That's just front end, right? But the cool part is, here's a Bootstrap form, and if I type in whatever, so say first I just do that, ASDF, login, bang, it's that validation thing tells you that you need oh my goodness, I can't select it. You need a email address. So type in email and login, and you have that spinner there, incorrect username or password. It stops spinning. Like that's I don't know. That's so it's actually authenticating. And then with the account that I made earlier, which I just like made through the CLI directly, Bang. There you go. It logs in, and then it redirects to the home page, and the thing changes, which uses React. What is it called? Something of React. Maybe it's an app. I don't know. It's a thing. It's is authenticating. Is authenticated. Are they just states? I don't think so though. It's something that like carries across like apps and across like different components, and you can just like reference them. Oh, context. That's what it's called. Context. The app context. So yeah, React app context, and the context is whether you're signed in or not, and that's something you can change the nav bar, and you can change eventually everything else, I suppose, based off of that context. But so it does this, and you can hit reload, and you'll still be logged in, and then if you hit log out, you'll be back to the login page, and you refresh, and you're still logged out. So I don't know. This is just like, it's really cool, right? It's like legitimately authenticating your account, like with a server, and it's giving you all these pop-ups and stuff, and it was really just it's. I've been logging all my progress in this Markdown doc. This was in the morning, but this session was like, okay, so at 8 o'clock I started working on the, well, I mean, I had set up like the really basic React stuff before, like loading Bootstrap, I guess, setting up the router and whatnot. So for the past hour has just been the login form. And I mean, going slow, right? I took a detour to like figure out Font Awesome, and got distracted by a few other things, but in a somewhat distracted hour, I followed the tutorial and managed to figure this out and build this thing that is like really highly functional, So yeah, I don't know. This is impressive. I've never worked with like user data or user authentication or anything before, so this is really exciting to me. But yeah, this is where we are now. The tutorial, we haven't gotten to the fun part yet, really, which is signups, note, actually doing like the note stuff, and then billing and adding attachments. I think that'll be the really fun part, and the part that'll be applicable to actual skills that I'll be using to make an app, right? How to storing user data and using an interface to control all that. So I'm excited for where this goes. I'm quite happy with what all of this has become, and I'll keep this project log running. It's separated across 2 repos, and this is not actually committed. I guess I'll just push it. It's fine. It's a private repo, but yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. That's this dev diary.